Hello and welcome to the Minute of the Apes, the podcast where we break down every damn dirty minute of the Planet of the Apes movies 1 minute at a time. I'm your host, Sean, and join me as always is my co-host, Todd. Say hi, Todd.
Hi, Todd.
Before we get going, I just want to go ahead and thank the Star Wars Minute guys, Pete and Alex, for inviting us into the Minute family. We really appreciate it, guys. All right, we're going to start minute 26 with Taylor and Landon looking at mysterious X's, and it ends with Taylor squinting at something. And as a minute... Yeah,
go ahead. No, go ahead.
As a minute 26, we still have 3 living humans, 1 dead human, no apes, and some strange creatures on the horizon.
You know, I want to say before we jump into it, we do look at each other through Skype when we record this, but without being in the room, that's why I talk over Sean. I don't just normally talk over Sean. I would normally allow him to have his space, but... there are those production restraints there, but yes, yeah. Taylor is squinting in only the way that Charlton Heston can squint.
That slight overbite, mouth just a little bit open. Oh.
He does everything a little bit better than anyone else.
All right, so I'm happy Dodge has shown up again.
Yeah.
He decided to join the group.
And he's very involved in it, too. He's not this passive guy walking in the back taking plant samples when no one else cares.
Being as far away as possible, yeah.
Right.
The scarecrows, or what they assume is scarecrows, they said, it looks like somebody just went to Joann Fabrics and got some faux fur swatches and covered those X's.
It does have that look. When you make a movie, you're obviously making something fake, trying to make it look real. But it does look like instead of being an animal hide, that it's a swatch of fabric that somebody got and said, "Let's put it on here because it'll look better than if this is just a bunch of wicker."
Uh-huh. So somebody went to Tuesday morning and cleared them out.
Yes, they made it so that Wednesday morning was bad.
Hey.
So immediately, I like that. I like that it's just a simple scarecrows. There's not a lot of discussing it. We've already had these guys sort of bantering back and forth, but they're going to juxtapose onto this situation what they understand of reality. A scarecrow meant to ward something away. So if they are scarecrows, who put them there? Why are they trying to keep people away? Or are they trying to get ANSA poorly trained astronauts to look up there and come to them?
Yeah, I know. Is that supposed to keep people away? Is it supposed to invite people in? We don't know. If they're on an alien planet, that could mean anything.
I mean, Ramsey Bolton again, not to overuse
there you
it,
go.
but he does something very different with the X. So what's going on here?
Yeah. Well, at least we're back at 2 backpacks now.
Yes, we are, and that kind of brings up a point that bothered me. So you've landed on a strange planet. You have been on said strange planet for at least 3 days.
A couple of days, at least.
Yeah, something there. Your vinyl spacesuits are getting a little dirty. You have a coming and going backpack. You come across weird scarecrow X's.
Mm-hmm.
Do you not at least go to the backpack and get the gun out?
That's a good thing. I didn't even think about that. Yeah. Be prepared. Come on.
I mean, forgive me, I don't have the note right in front of me. How many shots were there in the gun?
I want to say like 20 or something like that.
That's what I thought too. So you at least have enough to fend off an attack. And if you're somewhere where they're going to use scarecrows to ward people away, it's in a more primitive type society immediately. Doesn't it say that?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
So 1 gunshot to anybody making a scarecrow and you're a guide.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't pull it out. They don't do anything. The only thing I could think is that maybe Taylor's thought is he's going to off Dodge and Landon at some point. He wants to send bullets for them.
Just finish off the human race since they're such scum.
Yeah, that pretty much. We know he has no respect for Landon. He
doesn't say much to Dodge. There's a rain that's going to come and wash away the streets and make them clean again. And his name is Taylor.
Oh, God. The fact that we bring so many different types of movies and TV shows and pop culture into the Planet of the Apes, but I'm sorry, it's there.
All right, and while they're climbing the hill, surely it's more convenient to wear the backpack on your back than carry it by hand.
Now that you say that, I remember that, but I didn't even think it'd be, again, they are poorly trained. Apparently when they did their training, they just went out into a field. If you crash land, guys, it's not going to happen. Just go here and know we've given you 3 days of supplies. Don't worry about it, so they don't know what to do with their backpacks.
we've given you 3 days of supplies for 1,000 years in the future when you won't be able to resupply at all. Have fun, guys.
Oh man, that does get back to the fact of what was this mission? What were they doing? They had to know if Whatchamishmacky's theory was correct.
Oh yeah,
that they were potentially going to the future. They were going somewhere that was going to be. Well, were they being sent to their deaths?
Was it a suicide mission? I don't know. Were they actually prisoners that were sent out here?
Well, it may be. And maybe that would kind of explain things, why they're kind of craggy with each other and so poorly trained.
And you know what? I'm feeling cheated here because then all it is more climbing shots. It's more climbing shots. Oh.
It is a ton of climbing, but, and I made this note for subsequent minutes. I do have to say that I really like in this film that it is a ton of show me, don't tell me. They really, you can tell this is a filmmaker. This is somebody that says, I'm going to put a bunch of images together and it's going to tell you a story. And it allows that to do it. So I do like that, but you're right. How many comments can you make about, oh, here's a different angle on someone climbing. Oh, here's a handheld version of it so that you get a little chaotic feel.
I did like that. It was nicer that they at least were a little more dramatic shots of climbing right over the camera and stuff like that.
And the whole minute does have this kind of escalated feel where they've seen the scarecrows and they kind of know, oh, we got to go explore something. So it does kind of, when you watch it and, as one seamless whole, you do get that feeling of something escalating, some tension building. So it is a good minute, but you're right, it's a ton of climbing.
And at least the music got very dramatic for what might just be scarecrows.
Well, I can't even explain it, but you're absolutely right. It's just like all of a sudden, oh, scarecrow, scary music.
Scarecrows.
Well, I don't want to waste my notes on Jerry Goldsmith because in coming minutes I thought the same thing, and I've got a lot that I'll share next day or two.
All right, but yeah, there's they're scarecrows. I don't know. Let's climb. That's kind of this minute.
It is, and there's not a lot of should we do it, shouldn't we do it, but also we've already had enough of that. I'm glad to see the guys simply being scarecrow. Let's act.
Well, Skipper makes a decision, and they just follow in suit.
I guess so.
Yeah. I think that's all I have for this minute. What about you?
Yeah, there's not a lot more happening. There were not a lot of production notes to share. Same locations we've already discussed before. A lot of Utah and Arizona type thing. It did look like that some of these shots, from what I could find, it's like they do the positive shots towards our actors and the reverses where they're interacting in two different locations. So
yeah, I can see that.
But yeah, that's pretty much all I got.
Okay, well, that's going to wrap it up for this 8 minute. We want to go ahead and get our plugs in. Go over to MotAtheApes.com. If you want to contact us, you can reach us at podcast@MotAtheApes.com. If you want to find all our social media info, Twitter, YouTube, any of that kind of stuff, it's all over at MotAtheApes.com. Rate, review, subscribe, share, all that junk. So for Todd, I'm Sean, and we thank you for joining us for this minute. Bye.
Bye.